Pretty close to my house, there's an abandoned psychiatric center, so I was in high school. It was probably my junior year at high school, right after my friend and I got our licenses. I had an old Nikon Coolpix camera. I was like, oh man, this would be awesome, let's go to an abandoned building, check it out, blah, blah, blah. So we got all suited up, got respirators, all kinds of crazy stuff, overkill stuff in our bags. Just went and just started popping pictures. I go back and look, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I used to go there a few times a week over the summer and just explore the place and go through every little nook and cranny. It just took off from there. That was the first explore that I really did, and it sort of just went on to going urbexing.
I view it as a hobby, and it's really just going out and exploring the areas that are in your environment that are less traveled by people. You get to see a lot of things that a lot of people don't get to see, a lot of things left behind. I focus mostly on abandoned. There's other people who will walk into active facilities. I'm not really all about that. I tend to try to find abandoned items and go to, just see what's left behind.
A lot of what you find is word of mouth through other people who have explored places, I guess, and various internet forums. You can learn who goes where, and once you've been around for a while, they'll trust you to tell you where this is and where that is. The problem is, though, you don't want to put it out there in a public forum where this really cool place that you found is, because as soon as you do that, it's just like kids between the ages of 16 and 20 show up and spray paint everything in the entire place and vandalize it and break all the windows and are loud and set things on fire. So you typically don't want to tell everyone where this cool place is, because as soon as you do that, it's just going to be destroyed. As far as some of the smaller places, Google Earth is your friend, and historical satellite imagery is your friend, and again, word of mouth from locals in the area of what used to be here, used to be there, and some places are just by accident. You're just driving by and you stumble across it.
You have to go out there, you have to actually see, and sometimes it's just as simple as driving along. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
The majority of the places I find out about them through other people. Making friends in this community is vital. I'd say a good 75% of the places I've been, I found out through someone else. The other 25% I just find driving around, or like this place, just knowing about it, knowing about it and then figuring it out for myself. But a lot of it is just knowing the right people, because even if you know of a spot, you might not know how to get in, who owns it, like, can you get permission, things like that.
I am really interested in the concept of like life after people, and how like everyday things, that you see in like any kind of building can go through a process of a natural decay, and it is really something else to really experience.
In 2012, that's when I took my first, cell phone picture of an abandoned place, and I thought, wow, this is pretty neat, And then building upon that, I eventually got, just some trash camera, and I was using that for the longest time. The first time I took a picture with that camera was around 2014. So in 2014, that was the first time I, looked at an abandoned place and thought, this is something interesting. This is something that needs to be documented. This is something artistic. It's more than, because prior to that, I was just taking pictures to be like, look at this, not to be like, this is very cool, interesting shot, cool angle, nothing like that. But 2014, that's when I first took that shot. Ever since then, it's only been, more places, better pictures, better equipment, and going from there. And every day I just meet new people, and that just gets me even further.
I really started out just exploring. Photography wasn't really a part of it. I just went to go, just because it was interesting to me. I then started to want to take pictures of what I was seeing, because so much of it is amazing. There's so many amazing things. So at first I was just using my iPhone, and then as time went by, I started to get a little more into it, and I wanted to learn how to take decent pictures so that they're actually, you know, worth something, they're good. Because people were following it, people, you know, were asking about it, and it just grew from there. And now that's a huge part of why I go, is to go take pictures.
The photography is cool to, you know, remind you of what it was, and maybe you see something in the picture that you didn't notice when you were there. But you know, I like to being on the ground, walking around too, because, you know, you can go on the internet and look up pictures all day, but, you know, having taken the picture myself, you know, that's the cool part.
I want to take the broader history and incorporate a personal story. I've done hallway shots which speak to the deinstitutionalization of the psychiatric hospital, also the decline of the American steel mill. And because it's an emotional subject, photography, you have to sort of keep in check what are your emotions going in. Is this going to be a sunny day where I'm in a great mood and okay, I want to highlight something awesome about this place. You could also get some really emotional shots with clouds. I guess it would be what more would my emotions be going in, and how does that color my work?
What I like to capture in the photographs is going to be, you know, more of a kind of a glimpse into the past. You know, I always want to have something in the picture that was really old, that it's just sitting there, that, like I said before, it looks like it has been sitting there forever. And if I'm taking exterior shots, you know, you always want to take something that has the architecture of the buildings, and, you know, that shows the buildings aren't made like that anymore. You know, show the intricate details in the stonework and, you know, stuff like that. And a lot of times I just take a picture because it looks cool.
I do it because I love it. I do it because I love the buildings. I do it because I love the old architecture. I do it because I love to see all the things that are there. And I guess really it's almost a therapy, really. It's something that it's calming. Even though you think that you're going to be very high anxiety, it actually, at the end of the day, it's something you focus, you enjoy it. It really is kind of my happy time when I go, and I don't like not going. I get a couple of weeks that I don't do something and I actually get itchy to get back out there. I feel like I'm missing something.
It's sort of like a meditation, quiet time. You get to feel it out better. You tend to spend more time there and not really rush anything. Or on the flip side, you get paranoid being there by yourself and end up cutting everything short.
Nothing beats the thrill of it, you know. Nothing beats the, you know, just the fun that you have with your friends and everything. It's just really a good time in general. And yeah, if you took my camera right now, I'd be like, okay, well, fine, I guess. You know, but because I know a lot of people just go 100% for the pictures, you know, for the clout, you know. You gotta, I was here first, you know, like, look at this picture. Look at this, straight down the middle.
It's like a lifelong hobby, and then I do want to continue to inspire other people. Even though there is that element of risk, I think that's kind of what excites the urban explorer. That's what sort of gets the heart pumping, the blood flowing, and that's what makes this one heck of a hobby.